On the night of March 8, 2025, Mahmoud Khalil found himself facing a squad of ICE agents at his doorstep. They weren't there for a friendly chat. Khalil, a Palestinian activist and recent graduate of Columbia University, was living in university-owned housing near the Manhattan campus. He was startled, to say the least. ICE agents entered his home and placed him under arrest. The scene was shocking. Khalil, a legal permanent resident of the United States, was being treated like a dangerous criminal. His pregnant wife could only watch in disbelief as her husband was taken away. Adding to the chaos, the agents offered no clear explanation for his sudden arrest. They alluded to a State Department order. This order, they claimed, revoked Khalil's green card and possibly his student visa. The audacity of the arrest, conducted within the presumed safety of university housing, sent shockwaves through Columbia and beyond. It marked a disturbing escalation in the government's crackdown on dissent, particularly when it came to pro-Palestinian activism. Khalil's arrest wasn't just about one man. It was a stark message to anyone who dared challenge the status quo. The details of that night remain hazy. Did ICE agents barge into his home? Was a warrant presented? These questions are crucial, but answers remain elusive. One thing is certain. The image of ICE agents apprehending a recent graduate in his own home left an indelible mark on the university community. It was a chilling reminder that even within the supposed safe haven of academia, the long arm of the law could reach out and punish dissent. The official reason for Khalil's arrest, as vaguely articulated by ICE, was a State Department order revoking his legal status. According to ICE, the State Department had the authority to revoke Khalil's green card and/or student visa. This claim, however, immediately raised red flags and smacked of legal overreach. Khalil's lawyer, Amy Greer, swiftly challenged the legitimacy of the arrest. Her argument was simple yet powerful. Only an immigration court possesses the legal authority to revoke a green card, not the State Department. By circumventing the judicial process and acting unilaterally, the State Department appeared to be engaging in a dangerous power grab. This case, however, was about more than just legal technicalities. It was deeply intertwined with a fraught political context. The arrest came on the heels of President Trump's incendiary rhetoric, vowing to deport foreign students who participated in protests against Israel's policies and to imprison those he deemed agitators. Trump's administration had already targeted Columbia University, slashing $400 million in grants and contracts. The reason? The administration accused the university of failing to address anti-Semitism on campus. Khalil's arrest reeked of political motivation. It fit a pattern of silencing dissent and targeting individuals who dared to criticize the government's stance on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The State Department's involvement, bypassing established legal channels, only served to reinforce the perception that this was a politically motivated witch hunt, not a legitimate exercise of law enforcement. Mahmoud Khalil was no stranger to controversy, particularly on the Columbia University campus. He was a vocal and visible figure in the pro-Palestinian movement. His activism extended beyond mere words. He was a key negotiator for students during the 2024 encampment protests, demonstrations that brought the campus to a standstill. Khalil's activism, however, went beyond organizing protests. He was a vocal critic of the university's financial ties to Israel, questioning the ethics of such investments. His outspoken stance on this sensitive issue made him a target, drawing the ire of those who supported a more pro-Israel stance. Columbia University, already under scrutiny from the Trump administration for its alleged failure to address anti-Semitism, launched its own investigation into Khalil's activities. The Office of Institutional Equity scrutinized his social media posts, searching for evidence to support allegations of misconduct. Khalil largely denied these allegations, maintaining that his activism was protected free speech. The university's internal investigation, combined with the State Department's actions, painted a troubling picture. It seemed that Khalil was being targeted not for any actual wrongdoing but for his political views. His case raised serious concerns about the erosion of free speech on campus, particularly for those who dared to criticize powerful interests. The arrest of Mahmoud Khalil sent shockwaves far beyond the gates of Columbia University. It served as a stark warning to students and activists across the country. Criticize the government's stance on Israel, and you could find yourself facing serious consequences. Murad Awadeh, the president and CEO of the New York Immigration Coalition, was quick to condemn the arrest. He called it unconstitutional, a blatant attack on both freedom of speech and due process. Awade's concerns were echoed by civil liberties groups nationwide, who saw Khalil's case as part of a broader pattern of government overreach. The potential consequences of Khalil's arrest were far-reaching. Students, particularly those from marginalized communities, might think twice before speaking out on controversial issues. The chilling effect on campus activism could be profound, stifling debate and dissent on issues of critical importance. Columbia University's response to the arrest was tepid at best. While the university maintained that law enforcement needed a warrant to enter university property, it remained unclear whether a warrant was presented in Khalil's case. The university's seeming reluctance to forcefully defend its students' rights did little to inspire confidence. The message was clear: when it came to protecting students who challenge powerful interests, universities might be unwilling to stand up for their fundamental rights.